Hi, Toll.
Hi, Sticky.
Oh, God, are you ready?
I am ready. Here we are again after that absolutely horrifying Resident Evil section last time.
We really do need to do Signalis after this.
Well, I mean, Signalis won't have a horrifying balloon, Alex, so maybe I'll be okay.
No, I don't know. I think Signalis is a little bit scarier. We haven't had any new comments, although I will repeat the point that for some reason the things that are getting the most clicks is for some reason Michael and Slime Girl. I don't understand. They're literally not even in an order. I have been informed at one point in my life recently that apparently people don't like Let's Plays as much anymore, and they like shit they can just click on and like get into, like ARR videos or
I believe I'm the one who
Chartboard.
told you this.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I heard it from a YouTuber before you said it, but it loosely does make sense. But at the same time, I don't know. I just like being able to sit down and consume content, so that's just me.
And I mean, YIIK 1.5 deserves to be recorded in this way.
I mean, I don't know what we're gonna get there. This is gonna be the two episodes that are gonna hurt me the most. We're gonna need topics. That's what I'm gonna say. Let's start. So anyway, a lot of details in this opening cut.
And her cardigan is different. She's got a cute bow. And we got Michael dead center, as he is, in fact, the protagonist. You just need to take. Why is DDR one of the homages they're paying? A violin concerto in D. So this is the recording session that killed you, wasn't it? What? Why am I in a sewer? Here we are having a perfectly normal time at the bus stop, as if nothing horrifying just happened. You can never stop thinking about Yoshi.
Okay, so where to first? Want to hit up the record place, and if we have time, go see Rory?
If we have time, you have to go see
Rory. I think we should see Rory first, since that's more important. Jeez, dude.
Because I mean, why would Alex want to willingly go see Rory?
We're looking for this record. It's called Mystical Ultima LP Legend. I've got the record jacket, but not the record. Any idea if it's in stock?
Mystical Ultima LP Legend. That has to be by far one
Isn't
of
this
the
the
greatest
exact
records ever
same guy that was
recorded.
running the
It's
shop in
otherworldly.
Frankton?
So you've heard of it?
Nah, man, it's out there. In the ether. That sounds like it's from a different world. Just by the name alone, I can tell it's amazing.
And what's more effort, making a new portrait or
idea
getting
where
a
we can
second
get
voice
it?
actor?
Can't you, like, order us a copy or something?
Let me check the record catalog. Does it have to be on vinyl?
I don't really care. I suppose I'd prefer it'd be more of an authentic sound, you know?
Yeah, but only if you're playing from a tube amp. You have a tube amp, right? If you don't, it's like you're only hearing half the song.
Dude, you get it!
Right on. Let me thumb through the catalog. Give me a second.
They decided not to get the tracks overlapped to not confuse people.
But we have two sister stores that probably will. They're both east of here. If they don't have it, I know they'll at least know where to get it. A quest for great music is always a worthy one, man. I think you'll find this is worth it in the end.
Okay, yeah. We'll check it out. So they're both east of here. Any specific directions?
There's a strip mall east of here. That's the closest one. The one after that is northeast a bit. It's a standalone building. It's our flagship store, so I doubt you'll miss it. Good luck, guys!
Off we go. Look at Alex is trying to. It's like, do we
Why
have
didn't they even
to?
voice those? Come on, let's go figure out the record. Come on, let's go get the record. Why do we have to care about that Rory guy? Is that his name? Why would we even want to go talk to him?
To be fair, I'm scared of the idea. Why did I always do this?
You stopping to stare at the American flag again?
And laughing at it. Laughing at the idea of patriotism to that country. Look, Dragon Quest, well, let me in. Sorry, what?
There's a new guy who got hired to work at my office, and I think he's Russian, and he just moved to this country, so he had to stop and ask me, hey, why is there an American flag up on that crane?
Oh, hi.
Once again, sock,
Are you Rory's friends?
feet fully
He
modeled
doesn't
in the
get along
sock.
with visitors. Why don't you come inside?
Oh.
Yeah, I like buying leggings for myself that fully reveal all of my little piggies.
You sure
It's the special kind of tights you have to buy if you wear toe shoes.
What the fuck is that panning in the background?
Your mom is all
It's
legs.
censored.
Shut up.
I like.
God, I hate that. I
it's
hate that
such-
so much.
It's such a dumb joke.
What do you guys want?
It's
Find out any more
how do I put
information
this?
on Semi?
It's immersion breaking in a way,
Alex
but
has
more
something he wants to
importantly
say to you.
is if we're taking this is only what Alex is perceiving or whatever. Are you telling me the only thing he noticed was a single leg?
Just one sticking out of the bed.
That just you could have modeled a woman. Look at me thinking. So this decision is essentially, do you want Rory to kill himself?
Look, man,
I decided I'm not going to have Rory kill himself, mainly because in previous versions of the game it would break the game. So
I'm hoping you can forgive me.
We're going for the Rory good ending? But are we going for the Yowie ending?
no, we're going for the Rory gets molested
Whatever.
ending.
It's okay.
Oh no.
I overreacted. Also, I was wrong to lie to you guys. You had a valid point.
Oh, come on, Rory. Don't validate
We're
Alex's
trying to
stupidity.
track down this record. You want to come with us?
I do like how his eyes shift around the room a lot.
sure.
That's a good little
Hey,
detail.
hey, what was wrong with Rory's pants?
I don't know.
Anyway, so what year did YIIK come out in?
2016.
2016. 2016 was a lot more of a year of hating hipsters. That was much more culturally relevant in 2016.
I don't think so. I think Hating Hipsters was a lot older than that, but at this point, that's a decade ago. I barely remember it.
Yeah, I mean, that's why, Alex is less annoying and hateable for these traits because we are further away from it.
Maybe that's true. Or maybe I've just gotten less angry as I've gotten older.
I've also seen the point that a lot of hipster dudes disappeared in 2016 and basically became MAGA.
No, that's that part. There's a small amount of people being pulled from pretty much any community into MAGA. Hey, how come we said we weren't going to talk about politics and we're already back here, Toll? Why would you drag me into this?
That's my fault. I'm sorry.
Anyway, the real people we should be blaming are old moms. Oh,
we have to we have to villainize the MILF demographic.
No, I can't do that. I love my MILFs. I love my MILF demographic. You can see
You do
through the
anything for
bus. The
Jocasta.
wheels are like that's clearly just a flat model, and they didn't even. Another
Rory,
tiny detail.
tell us more about
I
you.
like how they
I
have
don't think we know all
removed
that much.
random encounters from the overworld. I hated them.
Hi, I'm Rory.
That's so
I'm a
nice.
scene kid with a
What a
dead
fucking line.
sister.
I think you need to
That's
move a
it.
little closer to your mic.
Wow. Dark.
Well, this is
dude.
where I record, Toll. I can't get
You,
closer.
Like, have a
Okay.
job or any hobbies?
Yeah, I work at this shitty video store, Planet VHS.
He's Rory's the exact kind of guy I'd hope
Any
works at a
movie
video
6 to
store.
12 months after
Uh,
its
but
continental
I-
US
well,
release on VHS.
Yeah, I mean, they don't
So
exist
basically,
anymore, but
suck.
Any plans for
Yes, Ned has
college
left
or
the Rory
anything?
demographic feckless.
I don't really know if college is in the cards for me.
I actually
Why do you
think
say
that
that?
this scene,
Well,
despite the
after my
fact that we're
sister
talking
died,
over
my
it,
parents
isn't
split
the
themselves.
worst
They've had a rocky relationship after
form
this,
of like
so
having
I
these
think if I
characters
left,
interact, and I
they'd
kind of
fall
wish the
apart.
game had more of this
That's not your
and
job.
less of,
You don't have
fella,
to
what
keep
the
it
hell is going on?
Oh yeah, I mean that
don't know if
actually
that's true.
establishes the
I feel like I
characters as
have a
characters with
responsibility.
like interpersonal dynamics as opposed to just some people who ran around in a
You have
dungeon
jobs?
together. Or a
Mhm.
sewer perhaps.
I used to deliver papers, but nothing lately. Now my dad pays me to prove.
What does your dad write?
Oh yeah, and Alex is unemployed.
I might be able to get you a job.
Look at his little, his little.
I love that Michael face. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna torture you, Alex.
I'm just holding out for the right job.
I'm not really in a rush. My mom spent all of her like
Didn't you
rainy
tell me
day
on the way
fund
that
on my
your mom
last year
lost
of
her
college.
job
I'm
and
not
Why,
in a rush.
why is Alex in that seat, not over there? He
I
should be over there
that, but
with
I
Michael.
know she wouldn't want to push me into anything I'm not ready
God,
for.
Alex, I'm gonna throttle you.
Did you go to college?
Yeah, I graduated earlier this year. I have my BL.
Bacon, lettuce, and
Oh,
assholes.
So let me know if you do want that job
A
at Planet
bachelor's in
VHS.
liberal
My
arts.
manager has his BLA, and the night shift manager has his DMA and dance.
Nod.
What is that Michael pose?
It's the pose he's supposed to use when he's recalling Alex fat, despite the fact that Alex is not fat.
It's the Michael Preggers pose.
Yeah, also, like, the joke about liberal arts or whatever is funny, but also, it was probably funny a decade before
Frankton to Jet Set City to start
they... Oh,
college,
yeah, here we go.
I spent the whole bus ride mentally reviewing my 19 years and realizing that almost everything that happened to me was
Yeah, me
embarrassing.
too, buddy.
I'm not exaggerating. I didn't want to
Uh-huh.
remember any of it. It was so pathetic. The more I thought about my life up to then,
The thing I remember the most is when I tried to do a lie that was
wasn't that I
super
hadn't
obviously a
happened
lie and
to
it didn't
high school
work.
experience.
But I used to
There were
lie a
a
lot.
handful of really great times. But if you
I
add them up,
remember
shame,
saying something really stupid that I thought would be cool and then throwing myself into a lake and being laughed at by all the adults.
and purging life
Hmm.
was all so trite, so miserably pointless.
I remember the first time that I
When I
got,
made it to
like,
college,
that
I knew it was time
sensation
for
of everyone
reinvention.
laughing at me and realizing I was a
All I
clown.
needed to do was
I was
imagine
really
the knowledge
young,
I wanted to
and
be
my
able
crackhead
to
uncle, they
turn
were talking about him and how he does quote-unquote
someone worth
paparazzi work, which I think was just a nice way to say he
here.
did adult photo
looking to
shoots.
see you.
But when they said
I don't know if I was
paparazzi,
punching
my
or
like
fighting.
9-year-old ass didn't hear correctly and
Didn't
didn't know what the
even
word
know.
really meant. So I immediately looked up and went, "He's in the mafia?" And they all started laughing.
I never thought I'd hang out with.
They all lost it, and that was the moment I was like, this is when people like me, and that's why I'm like this now.
And that's why you're a YouTuber.
I don't say that. I'm a smut artist. I'm a YouTuber on the side. That doesn't make it any better.
But being hip doesn't mean you have to.
For about
So
6
which-
years on
That is to say
PlayStation,
some of the kids
my
on the
my
places
profile
were
info
really
was
big.
Dark Souls player by day, Dark Souls player by night.
It was just selfish.
I still think of myself as a Dark
Too much
Souls
of a
stan.
parasite feeding off everyone
Dark Souls
else.
player by day, Dark Souls 2 player by night.
Don't want all the girlies knowing that
train,
Dark Souls
train,
2 is
train,
my favorite. How do you rate that train? Does it look trainy enough?
It's a pretty good train. I think it should have a better
So-
engine.
Mm-hmm.
Michael.
Give it
Are you going
6
to
out of
college?
10.
Yeah.
Why do you
Oh
say
my
that's so
God.
sad?
You sound so excited.
It's just scary. Not the leaving home.
I'm
part. I
obsessed
don't
with
care
whatever
about
the
that.
poster is behind
But you have
Michael's
4
head,
years
or
to
Rory's
ensure that
head.
you have a
Is that a
future.
camera?
I think it's
It's a lot of
supposed to be a
pressure,
camera,
isn't
and
it?
it's mirrored on the other
My
side of the
parents were kids
door.
who didn't have to
That's
go to
so. Oh,
college.
it's because it's
But in 10 years,
referential
you'll
to the
need your
cameras here,
masters to even be
despite the
considered
fact
for
that
a
it would have been
job.
great if
I'm so
he was
scared
just
to
sitting
say.
in one of the seats behind Alex.
Did your parents set up a
I
college
think it should
fund?
be sitting in the seat that's currently being
Nah,
mostly blocked by
They
Rory's
didn't really
model.
have that kind of money.
I
Very
want
good
for a
I
while,
want
but my dad's
more of
work
the
hasn't been
camera
good, so-
behind everybody else in a place
what
we
you wanna
can't,
go
like
for?
nobody else can see him.
My mom said that when she
I
was a
want
kid,
to see the
my-
camera working
I don't know
behind the
if we
counter
were
at the
allowed
pizza
in college
place,
back
but
then.
you can't talk to him because he's
You just
working.
went for whatever you wanted, and the degree meant you were educated and had the qualities of a working
I
professional.
mean, your mother was a
But
kid,
now,
and assuming
pick
your
a
mother's
major,
like,
get good
let's see,
at it,
you're near
stick to
20,
it,
so she's
and
probably in the
maybe
40 to
you'll
50
get a
range.
job. It's 1999,
So,
and the economy is terrible compared
probably
to my
like the
parents' day.
60s and
Imagine
70s, and the
what it
answer
would be
was
for our
technically
kids
yes,
who
but
don't get their
actually
shit together.
no.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah,
but
look-
you
Michael-
need to face that reality
Michael is
eventually.
18, and
Yeah.
demographic-wise, his mom was probably like
Computers, probably. Maybe I'll make
very
computer
early
games.
20s when
Can't
Michael was
imagine they'll
born.
have a major
I'd say
for it,
20 to
but I'm
30s.
good at math, and I hear making games is all math.
Regardless, not a great
When
scene.
Japanese developers make games, do they program
Alex?
in Japanese?
It's not actually a bad question.
Huh. I have no idea. I wonder if they have to translate programming language.
They don't. All programming is done in English, unless you're working in pure binary. Then you just have one.
Nobody works
I
in
think-
pure binary. Well, nobody who isn't
How do you know
crazy,
this?
who isn't the Terry Temple
I
OS.
use Objective-C.
We have to
It's pretty
respect
fun.
those working in
Not great
binary,
at
if only
graphics,
because they
but
could
I'm getting
probably
there.
kill us with their minds.
That's awesome.
You're thinking about the
You'll have to show us
binary
something
still.
sometime.
Yeah, maybe. Most of them
I would
suck,
like
but
more moments
doing
of
better at it.
Rory having some kind
What,
of
you,
confidence like
learn
this.
from a book?
Well,
Yeah,
that's
I
he's
got this
supposed to be
5,000
like
page
the smart
game
one,
program.
but sometimes he just says some
Every
complete
day I
nonsense.
try and do some
Like,
Or
I
he
don't-
quotes, he talks
I want to
Wikipedia
get
at
to
us.
the point where I
Yeah.
don't need to check the book if I want to add features.
I don't know why there's that little giggle. We talked for another 20 minutes. Why isn't Alex in the shot?
That was the noise that happens when we go to his stand-up frame.
Yeah, but they
Oh, I
didn't
think that's
put
the
him in the
strip mall up
shot.
there. Let's go get something to eat at Burger Joint before hitting up the record store.
We buy inventory items for some reason makes me laugh. Not. Wife made me sell my beer bottle collector. At least we have money now for more beer. I made him sell his beer bottle collection so we'd have money to pay rent. Ha ha, commentary.
How poignant.
It certainly makes me squint and sigh. Look, it's just the old pawn shop from Windtown. They didn't even change anything, which I guess is fine. It's also the exact same inventory. Although now I can actually see there's like a stat difference, but I don't care, so I don't bother. Toys and sports.
Planet VHS.
Plastic.
Is this Planet VHS where Rory works? Does he have to
Uh-huh.
does he get to take the train to work?
Apparently.
God, I wish I could take the train to work.
You and your fucking trains.
I love trains.
All these cheap foreign cars look the same. Ho 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 ho.
How dare you insult a fucking Honda?
I called it out today. Probably shouldn't be seen in there. Yeah, that's a big mood, buddy.
And my first jobs were in a little.
Did you say
I
tips? See you
remember
at
sitting the
YIIK
Burger
I.V?
Joint wondering why it wasn't
Oh god, I
Michael
didn't see. Was that
Moore.
what it said?
Somebody
I wanna
pissed
go to
in the
YIIK
ball
I.V.
pit at
Something
YIIK
to aspire
Did you know there's
to.
gonna be a DashCon too?
At the time,
I
told
don't
myself
believe you.
that
It's not gonna
was
happen.
I was looking
I'm
for semi-hard,
watching it
trying to
intently.
find her, save her.
You're gonna invite me to YIIK. Is this why you got me a passport?
Somehow
No,
there would be
YIIK is in
meaning all this
Toronto.
crazy
You don't have
Wait,
to have a
what?
passport.
No, that can't be near me.
Uh-huh.
So, how about
Uh-huh,
that, Connor?
uh-huh.
Too many characters in
Really
this
seems
have
like the
some
world's
kind
going
of
to
striped
shit,
or
doesn't it?
check mark
First
pattern
Alex
fucking
loses
outfit.
Sammy, I lose Carrie,
And Michael
the
is
economy
blending in with the
tanking.
booth.
Future looks bleak
He
in
always
1999,
blends in.
boys.
Must be Y2K.
Although it is almost nearly the same color. How does Alex not know this?
It's some
No, it's
computer
not.
virus or
He's been,
something
like,
that's going to
smoking
destroy
sativa
modern
in
society
college
at midnight on New
And
Year's.
failing philosophy classes.
Yeah, but he's on the conspiracy
Computers only
website.
count the last two
That's
digits
true.
of a number, so they
I guess
don't
we
know the difference
have there been
between
any posts that we've
2000
seen
or
on
1900.
Onism about Y2K,
This'll
or
cause
is it
big
all nonsense?
nonsense.
I don't actually think I've seen
It'll
anything.
probably cause a big mess. People all over the world are panicking. When 2000 rolls around, all the computers
So,
will crash
fun fact,
and
this
you
was
can
actually a problem, but then a bunch of people worked really hard to fix it, so it didn't
really
happen. And then, because people are stupid, they just assumed it was a hoax or dumb. But no, a lot of money went into fixing this problem.
I think my dad had to do that on like some small scale shit for the person he was employed by at the time.
Probably.
Yeah,
You
it
live
required
near a
actual
posh
effort.
little rock and only hear about the things your mommy wants you to hear about.
Of course, people don't look things up anymore. They just wait for the
Maybe
TikToks to
that's
tell
why
them.
everything is going to shit.
Yeah.
Maybe the
What's
world will
worse, when
end
people
in
use TikTok to
2000.
search things, or
We'll
when people
all
use
die, and
ChatGPT
our
to search
souls will
things?
float up
Oh,
into
that.
soul space.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a good idea to check the confirmation
imagine?
bias machine and ask it a question.
I could, but I didn't like it.
I can't believe people honestly use it, like not realizing that you can simultaneously ask it, hey, is it okay if I shave my balls with a hatchet? And hey, is it a bad idea if I shave my balls with a hatchet? And it will both say yes and no, because it's a confirmation bias machine.
What wars?
It is
Oh,
responding
there are
to
a
the
few,
words that
like
you
the
use and
insurgency
not
in
what they
Agadir,
mean.
Nepalese
As far as
civil
I'm
war,
aware, these are all
Republic of
legitimate
Congo
wars.
civil war,
I did briefly
Kosovo
Google
war,
them, but I didn't look too hard because
Eritrean-Ethiopian war,
I'm
Sierra
not that
Leone
much
civil
better
war,
than these
and the war for our
TikTokers.
minds fought every day in the newspapers.
I had no idea there were so many wars happening. What are they fighting over?
Money.
Probably over the right to have more wars. Isn't that what war is usually about? War for
It's
war's
usually
sake?
about power, because war
Jeez,
War
I used to
never
read the newspaper in
changes.
college, but
It's
only
penis
read
reasons.
Honest in 1999. Okay, enough of this depressing chat.
Penis Reasons will
shall
be
we
the
proceed to the
hit
record shop?
sequel to Penis Music.
Shall we shall?
Let us shall.
See, that was
Let
like,
us shall.
let us shout. See, that was like a little friend moment.
Yeah,
These
that's
are the
cute.
good parts of YIIK. Of base
That's
YIIK,
what
I
you're
mean.
saying.
What's with him being
Yeek?
like, a normal hamburger? Fuck off. Ooh.
He likes cheese and bacon.
He likes double cheese.
So are you saying that YIIK should have been more like the Persona 3?
Yeah, I think most can. I wish Persona 5 was like Persona 3. I wish Persona 3 Reload was like Persona 3.
I can see you winding up with a baseball bat, looking at the hornet's nest.
Yeah, I have a very low opinion of P5 for reasons that are very... We're all gonna die on New Year's Eve. That's what my grandmother said. It must be true. She heard it on talk radio.
I will eat your ass. I will eat my neighbors. I'm not letting my kids die. I'm just going to be honest. My superpower is being honest. I've extrapolated this out, and I won't have to for a few years since I got food and stuff. But I'm literally looking at my neighbors now and going, I'm ready to hang them up and gut them and skin them and chop them up. And you know what? I'm ready. My daughters aren't starving to death. I'll eat my neighbors. See, my superpower is being honest. I'll eat your ass.
Grandma listens to Alex Jones.
Yeah, I've got to cut another Alex Jones thing in here to make these fucking Let's Plays any more weird. Incidentally, for anyone who's listening, back in part 3, there was meant to be a fun cutaway gag that then ends, and because of some issue when I had to re-render it, the gag now just goes for the entire length of the video.
Is there just an Alex haunting the video?
Yeah, it doesn't really impact anything meaningfully. It just looks weird, and if I re-upload it, it won't have all of the thumbnails nicely and neatly organized unless I then re-uploaded 4 and 5, and I don't want to do that, so I'm
So
incompetent.
we have a third host for that episode.
Well, no, it's only like an extra. It's that stupid gay frog song. It just goes for about the whole length of the stupid video.
Oh,
You can, it mostly just plays, but then you start hearing the phone call coming in, and you can hear us muttering over it. It's abstract, man. It's postmodern.
no! It's the gay frogs. They're coming for us.
Yeah, it's not a good idea to talk about Persona 5, though. I'd like to, but there's a near 5-hour video, which I would actually recommend by Sfit about Persona 5's failures and issues, and every single person I've ever seen make a response and go, oh, that video's not very good. They all highlight one fact, which is he found his own particular way of breaking the game that isn't as good as the way that everyone else breaks the game. And as such, his opinions must be invalid because of this one issue despite the
This one
fact that
issue
he makes...
has absolutely nothing to do with the rest of what he said.
Yeah, it doesn't, like, disprove the fact that almost every S-Link is now just you show up and save the day by fighting a demon, or most of the S-Links are incredibly strange and morally bizarre, or the fact that the story doesn't know what it's doing, or Anne goes from, I'm taking control of my own identity and sexuality, to, I'm immediately being objectified so that I can be used as a tool to move the plot forward. It's not. I don't... Persona 5 is mostly just attempting to be Persona 3 again, which is my biggest complaint with Persona 4, which is that it was great until it suddenly says, okay, but we have to be Persona 3 now. And I go, no, you didn't need to do that. You did just be Persona 3 or be Persona 4. That was the best parts of Persona 4. There's other larger complaints, but I'm not going to talk about it right now. The long and short of it is, if you really like Persona 5, I get it. It's really fun to look at. It's got really good music. It's fun to play. But the story is
Tricky.
Insulting. Also, I just don't think it's actually doing much effects on actually being anti-capitalist, despite the fact that it's clearly attempting to ape those ideas. Disco Elysium, quote, goes here.
God, what would the world be without Disco Elysium?
I don't know. It certainly would be... I would have about 20 more hours of my life back. And I still wouldn't have beaten Disco Elysium. For the listeners, just so you're aware, I have attempted to play Persona 5 Disco Elysium maybe 6 times, and every single time I've been walled in some facet, including my most recent run in which I accidentally soft-locked myself by running out of money, and the only option I had left, which was to sell Kim's rims, would not have gotten me enough money to get in, because I fucked up and I was dumb. And even if it did work, which I didn't check, I'm not going to take Kim's rims. That would be wrong and I would feel bad. So, hey look, there's a little queer flag here. That's nice. There's also the skeleton flags for some reason.
No, but they're not even doing why. What the bones are not crossed.
I don't even. It looks like Sans the skeleton too. So I don't know. I don't really understand why there's multiple of each flags. Like, why are there 2 Canadian flags? And then there's like one little weird one there. Oh yeah, all these freaks.
That's another
Hurling out.
Roblox
The
app
smiley
model.
troll, how much did you troll? A lot? A small amount? Hey you. So you see my buddy Matt? He works at a figure store. I don't know if he's around here though. Maybe Jewel? No, alright. You got any spare tomatoes? Maybe you've seen that guy with a striped shirt and a camera. He's kinda cute. Sorry, I'm bored. I need friends and food. This is what I mean. Like,
Michael.
I don't. Yeah, obviously, I don't know what these weird ghoul creatures are doing in this game, but I don't like them. Most of these. I get if it's just trying to be like, yeah, we support the fans. We put the fans in the game. That's cute. But A, I can't get rid of them, and B, I don't want to see them because most of the time when I click on them, I'm just like, this is just taking me out of the moment. I'm trying to be immersed in your game, and then a ding-dong's like, yo, I'm early out. What? Or it's using the word troll. Like, troll is not a term that was around yet. But I guess, like, the timeline is convoluted, like Dark Souls 1.
Is Dark Souls 1 listed in the homage
No.
page? I think it would be really funny if when 1.5 came out, there was just like 10 new things on that page.
I think there are new things, but honestly, I didn't keep track or think about it.
Every new iteration of YIIK has more references.
There's like a little part over there you're not allowed to go to, which I don't know why.
Also,
Maybe...
I'm pretty sure this town has all of the flag copies because they wanted to make it Flag Town and have a bunch of flags, but then they ran out.
It does kind of feel like at this point they kind of blew their load, and that area over there was meant to be more map, but then they were like, oh, who gives a shit, just block it off. You look up to the left.
Residential portion of this beach town that is completely cut off.
If you look over to the left, it's just like dead space. They could have maybe spruced this place up slightly more, but I don't think you come here for much of anything.
I love that blue Jeep model, but I'm pretty sure it's only there
because it's Claudio's.
They use it at the end of the game.
Yeah, it's Claudio's. Once we get access to Claudio, it's like our Final Fantasy boat. It lets us move along the roads. It's fine. I think they've expanded this place. I don't remember it being this big.
I don't think it was either.
I
I don't think we had our guys hanging out.
Mm-hmm. Gross.
That is a behavior you will see with people on Capitol Hill.
I mean, that's a behavior you'll see for the entirety of humanity because men don't understand how to attract women very well.
Or having hobbies. The
Hi,
two are
Chandra.
intricately tied. Hi, Chandra.
Rory, what are you doing? What? He's just staring at the floor.
Why does this record store have a living room?
I don't know. I mean, I would kind of want to vibe. They should have like a coffee shop that Chandra's running. That's what I would have done. I assumed Asuka was going to be here. That was my guess. But. Oh yeah, by the way, this guy looks a little bit like a certain Allenson brother.
Feeling swing about genre.
I'm looking for this
Yeah,
record.
and I could tell what
It's
their
called
opinions
Mystical
of black
Ultimate
women
LP
are.
Legend.
Which
I
is,
have the
ooh
jacket.
mama, hubba hubba, whoa, whoa, and they start pulling at their collar and steam comes out.
From the internet?
Which, hey, there's nothing wrong with that, although there's a little bit of it that's,
Yeah,
I mean,
know
who
that. I go
am I
out
to
there,
fucking
but
judge? I'm
how
a
did you
smart
get-
artist.
I'm guessing it wasn't you who posted that, was it? Haven't you checked the forums today? Somebody posted a photo of this record jacket, and they've
I
been
don't
asking
want to
people if they have a
Claudio.
copy. They said it had something to do with semi.
Noteworthy, when we check the
How do you know
internet,
about
there
Semi?
is no signs of this
Go
post.
on the forum too, obviously.
I don't know
Yeah,
if that's
I've been following
intentional or
Semi's
they just
story
for
a while.
gore.
But aren't you the guy who posted the photos of her last known location?
I am, but wow, it's just I had no idea anyone around here even knew about Semi. I'm just shocked.
The poster on the wall and to the right
Nice to
behind
meet you,
Alex,
I'm
that
Claudio.
is specifically a screenshot
Alex.
from a website
This is Michael. He's the one
generating color palettes
And
that
this
they
guy
put
here is
pixel art
Rory,
over.
also works on Monism.
Aye, great.
It's
So
Palatone.com.
you're looking for Mystical LP, huh? Sorry, we don't got it. But I do know where you can get it. It's gonna sound a bit odd. Hell, you know what? I'll come with you. I own this stupid place. I can take a break whenever I want.
Yeah, we're down. Where do we go?
There's this old guy. He's on a mountain south of here. He's a real chill guy, a bit out there, but he's got the biggest record collection on the East Coast. He's bound to have it. Let me just grab my sister. Hey, Chandra! Come here a minute!
What's up, Claudio?
I'm gonna run the marks for a bit. Do you wanna come with us?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get James to watch the front.
So, how do we get there?
It's a bit of a hike, but it's a nice walk. Head to the mountain south of here. He has a little cottage on top. Can't miss it.
Now we finally have the Claudio and Chandra.
I have things to say about Claudio's shirt, but I'll probably wait for him to start tisming out about it.
Oh, so he gets a funny man? Who is that?
Yeah, he starts with the old man. I forget what the hell it's called. The last of the Unkridge twins, which is an odd comment.
Was the brother that went missing her twin?
No, they're twins.
Oh, okay.
At
I
least-
thought Chandra was younger.
I don't fucking know. I wasn't aware they were twins, but when I read that, I went, oh, that makes sense. They have the same color palette. That's all I need. Oh, I should be talking and not making sure I don't say these names wrong.
Are you going to the mine dungeon for it? We haven't. Are we
Well, I
here?
gotta unlock all their powers.
Oh, that's true.
Talk about something. I'm looking. I'll be done in a moment.
Okay. So, this is probably going to date the video, but the most recent thing we watched is the summary of the most recent Final Fantasy XIV live letter.
Why are you talking about that of all things?
Because, God, it's upsetting me. It was bad. I am very sad about the state of this video game we play together. It is watching that game just falling to pieces at an accelerated rate from what I expected has been incredibly sad.
I feel like you're being a little dramatic, despite the fact that I'll complain for hours about that game.
Yeah, you'll complain for hours and just say like, oh yeah, it's bleh.
It's good if you want a visual novel.
It's good if you want a visual novel and have a particular feeling about bitchy cat girls or certain kinds of anime boy. And like, I'm almost in that camp, but it still doesn't have enough to hold me. They stopped making it about the characters people care about. It's not even about the player character anymore. It's about this dumb cat woman that was introduced to the plot that I was honestly thinking, oh yeah, this might actually be something. I might care about YIIK Lamont, but then she just stupided so hard all over the goddamn place.
Yeah, well, she changes completely as a character between 6.5 and 7. I just don't know if this is a conversation anyone here for the YIIKs is going to care about, is obscure complaining about a game that is rapidly going downhill. To my understanding, it's probably doing worse numbers than Guild Wars at the moment. That could not be true. It could be untrue, though. We don't have clear data. We just have a lot of numbers saying there's a lot of people not playing right now. I mean, the new content might be good. It has some good details to it.
I mean, I'm certainly more excited for the occult crescent than I was for another run into the Crystal Tower for a deep dungeon.
What do you mean, Eureka Orthos? What is just
Eureka
Palace
Orthos.
of the Dead 3, Electric Boogaloo Goloo Goloo?
Yeah, that was certainly, what did we ran through it once, and then never again.
Well, why would we go back in? There was no content. It was just the same thing, but they'll give us some fucking give us some elegant weapons, of which there's already like 6 in the game.
And so many of them you can just buy off the board. So why would you sink hours and hours and hours into it otherwise? I think one of the main pulls that they were intending with that content is that you get to do it with the Catboy character everyone loves. And I love that Catboy character. You can usually drag me into doing anything if he's involved, and it wasn't enough. It's not like you can actually run through the content with those characters. They're just there for the cutscenes when you reach certain progression points and unlocks, usually in between the patches as they produce
Alice
more.
exists exclusively to shake her fist and go, grrr, I'd love to kick your ass, and then you go, okay, do it. And then she just goes, grrr.
I remember Alice's like poignant thoughts in Stormblood, where she was like dealing with the reality of war and conflict, which was what she was like hammering for, and realizing that this actually isn't the solution she thought it would be.
Yeah, let's meddle with politics in a government we've only barely seen that simultaneously is meant to be near socialist utopia, but also there's just like generico bandits.
Like, as if bandits exist spontaneously.
Yeah, there's like
people together.
They're like pigs. They just come out of the ground or something. I wonder what the hell I was. Oh look, I was right to come over here.
Attack an enemy and recover life.
I would say, getting off of the topic of complaining about an MMO nobody cares about because it's dead game, bad game, bad game. If you like Final Fantasy XIV, I'm glad for you. You should not listen to the community right now because you're not going to enjoy it for much longer. Complaints have a since we'll be in here in a moment. One of the issues that 14 is dealing with is something that I would refer to as the complaint spiral, also known as a shit tsunami. And the issue is that once somebody starts to have problems with a product or a piece of media they are constantly consuming that's constantly updated, your problems become stacked. that you go, okay, well, I'm mad about this. I'm mad about, as an example, if you're a Hrothgar VR player, you can't wear fucking hats. That makes you mad. So when you're complaining, other people will say, yeah, and also they fucked this up, and this is a problem, and this is a problem. And when all of those problems are legitimate, you start to absorb them. They start to become your problem, even if they don't influence you. If you don't really care about the combat, the fact that the game is becoming homogenized to the extent that jobs do not feel particularly unique is going to start bothering you because these people are talking about it. And as that continues to occur, there becomes a point in which, unless the creators step out and say, okay, we know there's these 7 or 8 problems, we are going to fix them over time. It will take a while, just let us work. And then people would go, okay. And if you already have genuine goodwill behind you, a lot of people will nod and say, that's fair. I will wait to see what you do. But instead, they just sort of try to ignore the problems and be like, yeah, don't worry, job rework coming 8.0. And then everyone goes, what? But the jobs didn't change. So we just have bad jobs for 3 years? Okay, but the new job coming. Oh, a Beastmaster. Oh, yay, what is it? And then he refuses to tell anybody. So everyone starts doom posting because they don't even know what the hell it is. And because of that, people are now at the point that they're so pissed off that they are never going to be happy unless those problems are repeatedly and concisely fixed. No Man's Sky or Cyberpunk 2077 style. They need to see constant, consistent updates that make them go, yeah! And instead, more problems keep occurring because there's a blacklisting issue where they updated the blacklisting system in a way that actively is baleful and has allowed bad actors to then harvest the data of most players and gain access to all of their IDs, which now exist in dumps. So that can't be fixed. And so when they come out in their little 7.2s and go, well, yeah, we're looking into it. Well, unless looking into it means you're going to completely give everybody new player IDs, completely rework the blacklist system, and stop mods from doing things like that, you ain't gonna be fixing shit. It's just gonna be a superficial bandage over a gaping wound. And this is only going to keep being a problem, which is going to cause the spiral. And because that there are these people who have legitimate complaints but are now hyper mad, they're going to start arguments with fucking everybody they meet. And the people who are having fun are then going to start arguments with them, which are then going to break the game and make bigger or break socialized communities. And oh god, the video game's happening. Long and short of it is that this is not going to stop unless they do something, and they're not.
Cool.
So this is new.
You look like one, no offense.
That's a quote from his movie. But seriously,
What?
are you a fan?
It's hard to make out her nose, which makes her kind of weird, but I do think this girl's cute.
I've
She
never
is
met
cute.
an original sinner in the wild,
But
Yuzu.
why is this happening?
I have no fucking idea.
It's a mailing list, really.
Also, why is this labeled as an internet
You
cafe?
wanna join?
Because it is an internet cafe.
Was that actually a thing in the States in the 90s?
I don't know. I'm Canadian.
That's fair. Because I have never in my life seen an internet cafe.
Okay, well, you're gonna see something pretty interesting in a little bit. I unlocked a new song by touching that poster. I didn't even intend to touch it.
She's got cute posing, too.
Mm-hmm.
Cat girl.
Meow, 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 meow. Looks
Yeah.
like they're wearing the outfit of Nico from One Shot. I just need to start. Just need to make a start. Damn, this shit is hard. That looks like a cat girl you'd make your profile icon. Hey, look, this Vash the Stampede knockoff. Hey, Vanta, I'm in YIIK. Who the fuck's Vanta? Well, you're not Vanta. Who the hell are you? I should kick your ass right here, right now. Who?
The what?
And there's this little fucking freak. I mean, I like the design, although the cum gutters are strong on this one. Look, you can actually touch the computer here. So immediately I go, oh, right. So Claudio mentioned that post. I should go look at that post. After I stare at these emails, I think. Look, it's from Alex, Mr. Brian Allenson, sending us spam for no reason.
Spam that is just the word spam repeatedly.
I did read all of this, but there's nothing here. It's just like a weird reference to a fake movie. Maybe I'm just too dumb to know what the hell it's referencing. But look, there's no new post. There's just this side quest about the ghost in the cave that's pretending to be a side quest, but is not a side quest. It is very much a main quest. It's just talking about, like, lead up and information that the quest is going to spoon feed us, so... Oh, yeah, anyway. So, 14's problems are not going to go away, and they're only going to get worse, so... Shame. If you like the game, you should just plug your ears and try not to think about it, because it's only going to get worse. The thing about it is that it's sort of a cumulative effect, and when I've seen it happen to other online games, it's one of my particular hobbies, is examining online infrastructure in games and stuff like that, looking at communities. And by the way, you like that internet cafe? Do you need another internet cafe?
That's exactly the same?
Look, you can see them on the same fucking screen. Why? I don't...
It's just got the same model as that house, but they changed the front of it.
No, they're the same...
On it.
Yeah, well, yeah, that other house over there, it's pretty similar. But, like, look, it's just the same thing. Momentarily, like, yeah, I'll do a dungeon.
I'll do a dungeon, get to stretch Claudio out.
Oh, wait, no, maybe do I go in? Or am I scared? Am I a chicken? That girl's a cat in her head. New blocks I don't recognize. Also, the new ghost enemy. It's just a ghost. Once again, the music in here.
It's so snoozy. Why is this so snoozy?
It almost makes me think about Super Mario Sunshine and how when you go in there, it has that really nice acapella. I'll just put it here. Actually, I'll put that over this for this fucking dungeon. Because it's meant to be like a different theme, because you're like otherworldly, you're in a new place. But instead, it's just this shit. I don't know.
They don't have to make it so Eevee.
Oh yeah, anyway, community. The other problem is that 14 is suffering the natural problems of a game with a cash shop, where the cash shop is rapidly beginning to drain the life out of the game, as the schoolgirl shuffle has begun, or the schoolgirl slide rather has begun, which is to say the point that a cash shop stops having individual ideas and starts hitting all of the main niche points that marketing says will do good money. But because it's not taking into consideration the influence it will have on the game, they start putting more and more garbage that will piss people off. And when that happens, those people will get mad and leave, while reinforcing the people that people don't like, who will thus become more obnoxious. And then over time, yeah, good job, Claudio. He's a dragoon. He's fucking great. This self-fulfilling loop is what caused Terra to die, because the lolly race was bad enough. But if you check at how the cash shop panned out, it was like 40% outfits baiting specifically to people playing that race, because they were the only ones left, because everyone else went ew, what, and did not want to play the game. Yeah, it was not subtle. It was some real Coomer bait bullshit, and it's a shame. Terra had good points to it, and then that happened, and the cycle reinforces itself, because as more people leave, what else do you do but double down? And at this point, the cash shop for 14 has already done the Shadow Wolf. It's done the Flying Moon Mount. It's done the schoolgirl outfits of several types. Yeah, it's just eyeballs and this fucking robot. Watch my HP though. This is cute. Look at Michael's HP. I don't realize what's going on, but this guy doesn't attack. He just passively shoots you at all times. This is when I realize something's wrong. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Hey.
Where'd all my health go?
Uh-oh. Oh, this isn't good. This is very bad. Unfortunately, the music does not properly... Like, this would have been a great time to have that Groad track playing. The more uppity beat one. And instead, it's just like... Ba-da-da. Da-da. 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 It's so... such a bad choice. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep talking over this because otherwise this fight isn't interesting, with the exception that these fucking evil eyes blind, which doesn't seem like that big of a problem until you realize for some reason their blind seems worse. So they have like they miss all the time here. It's not great. Oh yeah, this problem of a decline because of a cash shop is going to only get worse and worse because cash shops are typically made in a way that the management is either detached from the people in control or actively has influence on them. So now there's more and more outfits. Like recently they added just a white mage relic to the cash shop. And if you go look at the Korean and the Chinese versions of the cash shop, it's not a good look. It's a bad look. And you start to realize that the cash shop is influencing the game more than the actual game. And that is not good. That is a problem. There are over 200 outfits in that game, or in that cash shop right now. And there is, I think, like over 90 mounts. It might be at 100 at this point. I don't even know anymore. There was, you want to buy housing items? Sorry, you're going to have to pay out the ass if you want more than one. You want to buy some premium dyes? You want to change your eye color? You want to skip your levels? It's not a good look. And normally the proper balance of a cash shop is the sensation that, well, the game is giving me enough for free, or whatever the hell you should be paying, which if you have a cash shop, the answer should be, in fact, fucking free. So I feel motivated to give them money in exchange for the fact that I'm having fun. Unfortunately, that A, doesn't work, and B, cash shops are actually primarily designed to A, target specific niches by going, oh, do you want a tummy top? Do you want a tummy top? Sorry, that's going to be $45. Or I'm sorry, what is it in, is it 30, 35, something like that?
Yeah, it's about 30.
Oh, you want the only 8-man mount in the game? Sorry, that's gonna be a hot $40. Hey, you want this emote? That's gonna be $500, and we'll send you a plastic statue that is 90% sure to break on the way. So you will have to try and get them to return and refund and resend it to you. With some people having sent it gotten sent 3 different statues.
Because it was character based, not account wide.
No, not that. They did eventually switch that around, so it's account wide now. So great. But no, what I'm talking about is that people would be like, the statue's broken. I want a not broken statue, and then they would go, okay, send it back. We'll send you a new one. And then that happened 3 times.
Oh no, I didn't know it had gone that far.
They also aren't very good statues. You can get better stuff from fan-made crap. I don't think this place matters. It's just Easton University.
Are you just going places because you're suddenly allowed to go in this part of the
Yeah,
game?
I just was exploring. Of course, that's my natural state, is exploring.
Isn't that the van that's in the mine dungeon?
Mm-hmm. It's also at the site of Windtown. Look, another incel. What a shame. There's also just a skull on the wall for some reason. Oh look, we can go to KIN.
What? Why is it
this is the secret ending. That, by the way, car broken. They didn't apparently catch on to this problem. You can go in here for the secret ending where Alex gets to hug Sammy's ghost and be told, actually, you're a good boy, Alex, and then the game ends. I could be misremembering that. We'll get there. I will go out of my way to get all the endings. Either way, you can go here. I just thought I would. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, because larger games supported by smart companies can survive these kinds of things, like WoW did when Shadows of Draenor and Shadowland and something over Draenor, I don't play WoW, did a lot of damage. They did come back around over time as they made consecutive changes that made people generally happier. The problem is that Final Fantasy XIV is owned by Square Enix, a wildly incompetent company that is entirely held up by the power of their developers and not by the power of their company knowing what the fuck they're doing. So they constantly keep making fucking mistakes and screwing everything up. And
Why did you
hey,
go back to Flagtown?
I think I could level up, so I was going to level up. So at some point, the problem becomes inherent to just Square Enix being a largely incompetent company that refuses to, as an example, publish the laundry list of Dragon Quest games that would be plenty well sold in the West, because actually Western fans just can't appreciate Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest X refuses to be ported over, despite the fact that Dragon Quest X is a fantastic game that does not even begin to approach the style of gameplay of Final Fantasy XIV. There's numerous...
It already has a Western audience, despite the fact that they have not ported it.
If you're not aware, listener, there's something called DQX Clarity that does fan translations through a mixture of a some kind of auto translator and hand custom translations that they do for all the cutscenes and important shit. It isn't perfect, there are problems, but you can currently play Dragon Quest X, and it's sort of just like playing a really good Dragon Quest game, and specifically a sequel to Dragon Quest IX. It's really good. Welcome to Mount Town. It's
Blue Town.
It's Blue Town. It looks like a Game Boy game. I like it.
And it has the atmosphere, that noise in the background is very...
Yeah, welcome to Silent Mill.
Well, welcome to Silent Mountain.
So, yeah, welcome. No, it's got to be Quiet Mountain. No, it's Quiet Cliff. That was the one I always use as a shitty knockoff.
You have one of those in your back pocket?
Yeah, sometimes you need one. There's a look at me getting confused. Like, why would you even do that? Why not just have one chest with $50 in it? It's just a hoax. Hey, look at that car. How would he get that car out of that hole there? How many fucking point turns you gotta make to try to wiggle that car out of that space? Are you looking for the music collector? He lives on the top of the mountain. Why did you know that? Is it just because Alex looks like that? Look, they have EKGs, EKPG. It's a Ghostbusters reference. Bustin' makes me feel good. Yeah, there you go. Bustin', 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 bustin'. Crack. Oh, I was supposed to keep talking. We have to talk. We have to talk. There's... I don't know how to put this. There is no level... There's no lacking of incompetence to Square Enix, and it's never going to stop. Because the people in charge are wildly stupid and don't know how to attribute their money correctly. And while you can't blame everything on any... Oh, here we go. I never mind. That's the end of the Square Enix talk. Square Enix bad. Is that...
Oh no.
Roses?
Is it finally? Finally?
Is that roses?
Definitely not roses. Ugh, smells awful.
I smell it too.
Is this the first time we've had one of these scenes with other party members?
Uh-huh.
What? What?
What's wrong with him?
Be very normal about this genre.
Sorry. He's going through some stuff.
Hilarious. Ghostbusters! Bustin', 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 bustin'. And that's a Fight Club guy, I think.
Fight.
Looks like Alex isn't the only oddball here.
Oh yeah, there was an honorsm post this morning. Something about the ghost of Semi Park haunting the cave.
Clearly a different, like, mic.
Let's go quick. I can't stand the smell.
Alex shit himself.
The smell of adolescent ghost hunters.
God, that would be a pretty foul odor.
Why does Chandra make me want little overall shorts?
Because it's cute. Hey, look over there.
Hey, Alex? You wanna check that out? What? 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 Why
I specifically think I stopped here so I could talk about it. You are not a god, you are a man, and like all men, you will die. And they're gone.
What?
I feel like I should have talked to everybody before I touched it. I feel like I made a mistake there. Alas, I was not going to reload and find out. Yeah, so that was weird. I now understand what these scenes mean, by the way. We will understand at the end of the next episode. Unfortunately. We're now going to be haunted by bullshit. Or am I immediately going to turn around because I'm me and I'm like, oh, but what if I go fiddle fuck? Deep
what
dish
if we pull
pizza.
some pizza out of this chest?
God, I wish I had some pizza to pull out of a chest right now.
Oh wow, do we finally...
Oh, that's why I turn around.
Get it?
Because he hands me hair whip and I immediately go, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, and go running off to go pick up new abilities.
You didn't even use it on the cave?
I was like, oh fuck that, I gotta go to the mine dungeon. I got new powers to get. This is my favorite part of YIIK. Is every time they're like, you can go get new shit in the mine dungeon. I do think they should add a compass in here to tell me where new powers are. Or at least like a counter that says, there are 3 new powers to unlock. Because there is a sensation of, well, like, where are they?
What if I just missed something?
Curveball, push enemy back on the timeline. Kind of a neat ability. So I'm going to be running around here for a little while. I should have probably talked about Claudio. He's a Dragoon. He's got a little lifesteal ability, which is not Dragoony-ish exactly, but it's pretty handy. He's actually technically a mixture of a Mystic Knight and a Dragoon, but who cares? He's good. He's fun to play with. Also, realize I missed this the whole time. It's not a very good ability, though, so... yeah, I like Claudio. Chandra is, in fact, worthless. She's just the same old item user. She has a ×2 passive, and then she has a second passive. But, yeah. I realize I have 2 new songs, and I'm honestly just gonna put the corrupt track. Yeah, I'm not gonna put the other one on. Or maybe I do for a moment. Nope, I guess not. Yeah, good choice on Claudio. Chandra is mostly worthless, and maybe there will be a magic ability that makes her good, but I ain't fucking seeing it.
Which is very strange, because Chandra was a necessary part of your party composition in base YIIK.
Well, yeah, because you needed
of that item ability.
Because you had to constantly feed items to people to keep them alive. But now items are better, so... No.
Didn't she specifically have the ability to party-wide an item?
Yeah, she still can. It's just not useful anymore because I can just PP one person and everyone gets their PP back. And as long as my cards stay up. So, if Vela was here, she'd be taking the front row probably. That same skull I saw on that wall. No context behind it.
Buses.
Well, this is new. We've never been able to get over here before.
Wow.
We go over the buses, and then there's this weird little space. And look! Oh, it's slightly glitchy, but once we walk in, it's Michael's room. We can actually get a decent look around.
Dark room.
It's a little glitchy, obviously, because it's YIIK, but we get some...
YIIK in the mine dungeon.
We get some decent views of some stuff. We can see that there's these weird hypercolor fucking things hanging up. There's a bunch of plants outside.
Found a fetus.
Found a fetus. I love finding fetuses. I also am trying to look inside the buses to see if anyone's hiding in there. The answer is no. Not your mine dungeon.
You hadn't broken yet.
Your mine dungeon is a little lacking, Alex. Where's all your friends, but they're like wearing weird outfits or something, or they're stapled onto the bodies of famous presidents. Not to be.
What's in your mine dungeon?
No, mine dungeons is usually just filled with zombies.
That's terrifying.
I have a lot of zombie dreams. They used to really scare me, but at some point I realized the zombies never get me. So...
I'm still terrified of zombies. I cannot handle zombies.
I think if I saw a real zombie, it would definitely unstabilize me. But I think I could pretty quickly get over the hoop. Sorry, Grandma. What am I doing?
Is trying to decide which Carta you want to open.
I think it's that, and I'm also trying to remember if there's any other hair whip locations, which I'm not remembering. Off we go. Oh, I changed it to the other track. It's very nice.
A jukebox, a very good addition.
Mm-hmm. But let me put on How to Vex Your Enemies, please.
Can we put on the track that's in the title screen? I really like that track.
That's also a good one. That's Let's Kiss Like Dreamers.
Let's Kiss. Oh, what a good name.
It is. It's a good song. I've used it on the intro of a couple of these. See, this one's got a nice beat. This would be a good combat track. Why the fuck didn't you use this? Like, this is what I mean by I've said this previously. There's a problem with this game with them making correct decisions, but then executing them badly. Like, I don't know what kind of person thinks turn-based RPG, the battle track, that needs to be quiet and boring. Like, with how much they are aping from Persona, they should know better than that. This would have been a better battle track for that dungeon than the little beat. Or that bass track. That haunts my dreams. I was definitely hearing that in a nightmare last week.
Oh, God. I only hear the Shrek soundtrack in my nightmares.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
like the whole thing back to front?
Not the... Oh, God. I listened to it a lot as a child, and then had an assignment in a music class in the 6th grade where we had to, as a group, sing a song from a kids movie soundtrack, and I was trying to pick something else because I had already heard the Shrek soundtrack too many times, and I got bullied into picking I'm a Believer. So it is I'm a Believer that haunts me.
I'm a believer, I wouldn't leave her if I tried. What songs am I haunted by besides Rats? Rats, we are the rats. Honestly, I have a new song haunting me like every 3 months.
I would try to more like every 3 weeks.
I mean, I try not to remember the old ones because I know they'll fuck me up and I'll get them back in my head again. Persona 3 definitely haunted me for about 6 months. Persona 5 even haunted me for a good while.
I mean, you kind of set yourself up for the Persona 3 one, considering how much time have you spent listening to when.
Oh, yeah. By the way, she successfully killed Alex before I was able to put her down.
And thankfully, Crow coming in, a sorrowful maiden. Oh, that's a funny one to find in Alex's fucking. Excuse me. That's a funny one to find in Michael's dark room. They could have just made these windows reflective, but they did just a whole ass put the bus model with all the
because it's
chairs
the
in
model
there.
they use for the cutscene. Look how many of these I fucking have.
3 of them.
So having it in your hand makes it so your attacks hit all the rows, which is quite good. And I should be using it more, but because I've been going for this Pierce strategy, it hasn't concerned me. I'm not sure if the Pierce plus that card would destroy Carta and do that. I honestly don't know. I hope so. That would be good. I'll have to try that when I start recording more footage. I think this will be... Yeah, this will be the cut point. So yeah, that was not bad. That was fun, right? That was enjoyable.
That was
Everything went
progress.
well.
That was a good amount of progress. We didn't
New
get
things
stuck
happened.
fighting
Is that
a mermaid
roses?
for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, oh boy, this dungeon sucks so hard. I hate it so much. It's the worst thing. It makes me
Did they make it
yearn.
worse?
It makes me yearn for the sewer because at least the sewer didn't make me reload the game several times.
No.
Yeah, well, we could tune in next time, listener. What video should we put at the bottom, do you think?
We should definitely put the Svit video in the bottom.
The what?
The Persona 5 video.
Oh god, that seems like a mistake. But yeah, probably. It is a good video. Yeah, you go judge for yourself, listener, and don't listen to any people who are named Manga Common who make 45 videos about it. Never trust people like that, because they are what you would call content grifters. Oh yeah, if this somehow gets to manga comment, fuck you.